The Humane Society is home to about 800 dogs and cats a year. Every animal brought to the Humane Society comes with a story and a personality that is irresistible to love.
By saving the life of a shelter animal, you're actually saving the life of another animal at the same time, because when you adopt a shelter dog or cat, you make space available in that shelter for another dog or cat to come in that needs help.
Meet Gracie, a 7-year-old shepherd mix abandoned in the woods of Kendall County. Gracie was found in a skunk trap after army crawling inside for food. Once inside, the trap door closed behind her and she was unable to stand up, turn around, or move. Her fur was embedded with fleas and ticks and she tested positive for heartworms. Despite being abandoned in these conditions, Gracie immediately sought love and compassion from everyone she came in contact with at the shelter. The Humane Society nursed her back to health, and Gracie is just as playful, loyal, and loving as every other dog. Sadly, due to her old age of 7 years, Gracie has a lower chance of being adopted.
Some people also think that there's only older dogs at shelters. Obviously, you met Ralph as a cute little puppy, so if you're looking for a puppy, you can come to a shelter and get a puppy.
Another thing keeping Gracie from a loving home are the many misconceptions that surround shelter dogs.
Sure, so a lot of times people think that the only dogs at shelters are mixed breeds or dogs that have problems, and that's really not true. There's a lot of purebred dogs. There's dogs that come here that's no fault of their own. They didn't do anything wrong.
Another challenge that makes shelter dogs so hard to adopt are puppy mills.
They're the bane of our existence, and the only way to shut them down really is education. And these poor animals in puppy mills are in chicken wire cages, one on top of the other. Their feet never touch the ground. They never touch grass. They're never petted for affection. They receive none of that. They don't receive any vet care. The photos are horrific of what would be a long-haired dog, like a Shih Tzu or something, just a matted mess, eyes crusted shut. Nobody cares. As long as they're producing puppy after puppy after puppy so that these people can make money, nobody cares.
In fact, the dogs in the shelter are very fit for adoption.
So the only time we euthanize is if an animal's failing medically and cannot be saved. Let's say it develops cancer and there's no treatment. We're not going to prolong their suffering. Or if there's a behavioral problem to the point where it would be a danger to the public. Those cases are few and far between.
Other than those cases, all the animals come into the Humane Society to stay until they are adopted. That could be one day or that could be months.
Gentle, look at her eyes.
Yeah, she reminds me of a manatee, actually. A little bit. She's great.
So true.
Oh yes.
What are some other bad reasons people have dogs? I don't know.
Well, people. And the person will have different mindsets. Some people have more of a utilitarian view of animals, which means they're used for work purposes. So they might just keep them outside. And, I think it's more just a fact that they're not educated.
Or they get a dog without not knowing how much of a responsibility it is.
Yeah, and that's something we do here is we really try and educate and counsel people on if you're going to adopt, whether it's a dog or cat, it's not just based on the look of the animal. You really want to make sure it's a good fit for the family.
Seeing all these.
I do, and I think in this field it would be rare to find somebody who didn't. It's not a field for everybody. There are really happy times and there are really difficult times when there are things that you see that you really don't want to.
Like what?
You see animals come to you, whether they're from homes or found as stray, in just conditions that that are heartbreaking, at least for us. Dogs and cats that are severely matted, can barely walk because their hair is so tangled. They're sick and nothing's been done for them. Their eyes are crusted shut. Is severely overweight.
The Humane Society never gives up hope on finding their dogs homes.
we can, but you know, our interest is making sure that these animals go into their forever home. They've already been displaced once, that's why they're at the shelter. We want to make sure that doesn't happen again, and that's, you know, we take that job very seriously.
The Humane Society works hard to give the best care to all their dogs, but is no substitute for a real home. If you would like to help out and volunteer, or perhaps take one of these amazing pets home, please contact the Naperville Area Humane Society at 630-420-8989.
Only here for 2 days, or it might be here for 2 weeks. That's kind of, I think, one of the interesting parts of this job is we never know who's going to walk through that door, and who's going to get adopted each day. And that's, you know, that's an exciting part about coming to work and see what happens.